I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice. See you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me.
It is July 2nd, 2023. These are the Charles Perry Stalker Podcasts. Mr. Perry, the allegations against you are felony stalking, felony voyeurism, felony illegal access and use of an electronic device, sex trafficking, human trafficking, obstruction of justice, destruction of evidence, perjury, fraud, witness tampering, violations of the Title 18 United States Code 1512 and 1513. One more time, I dare you. You sick son of a bitch. So, listen, I don't have a lot of time for this today. We're all busy. Here's the thing. Everybody is sick of you. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. I've never introduced you to my family. I would never have taken you around my family or my friends. Nobody introduced you. You weren't invited. You're an intruder, not a guest. Nothing I do is any of your business. Nothing. When you contact me, we get more you're bringing heat on your whole criminal organization. Somebody told me not that long ago, these guys is a criminal organization that's been in Oklahoma for a long time, and they're a bunch of rich businessmen, and they will ruin a life in a heartbeat. They will put your ass in jail and figure out how to make that work later. And so what you would need to do is to understand that everything they have was obtained illegally, and you can get everything thrown out. All of it. Because nothing they do is obtained legally. Mr. Perry came up here and became a part of that. They sold me to a guy in Houston, his realtor, to shut me up. Because normally you would sell, not women, right? You would sell teenage runaways. Or did you find some clientele, Mr. Perry, that prefers older women who has, a little bit educated, they can carry on a normal conversation or something? Either way, you're a bunch of pathetics that can't get a date the normal way. I'm going to repeat what somebody else said about you, Mr. Perry. It's vulgar, but you're a sex criminal. This is a sex offense. It's kind of what you are and what you do. Sex trafficking, prostitution, drugs, trafficking drugs. That's all the stuff you guys are all into. And you want to pretend that you're a bunch of Republican Christians, and you're not. And you're caught when you do it to me. It's different. And you guys are such fucktards, you don't know that. We've quoted you every day for 10 years, 7 years. That doesn't mean that's all we have. Sometimes I'll say something that we have, sometimes I will not. Sometimes I'll just change my habits. Sometimes I'll just change up what I'm going to do. But that doesn't mean the guys that are helping me don't have it. There is a need-to-know investigation into you. There's a whole lot of speculation as to if it's the CIA or the FBI or Interpol or UN or blah, 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 this guy. I'm not going to say it's not your concern. You're not entitled to know. You're also not entitled to invade my privacy. You're not entitled to harass me. You're not entitled to threaten me. And you did it all fucking day. Perfectly good day. Here comes Charles Perry, ruins everything. Anything good, he'll ruin it. If it's fun, he makes it unfun. If it's always, everything's a problem, everything's a thing. And every time he contacts me and does all that shit, we get more intel. He spent millions of dollars trying to cover up his sicko problem, and all that did is buy us intel. No other victim knows they were trafficked before they were trafficked. No other victim knows you're causing the problems. No other victim knows about the voyeur cameras that you have in their home. Lucius, Geppetto, your witch. Sanjay, your hacker. Betancourt, Oscar, Bruce. Blankenship, Desiree, Beverly, Renee, Kate. Andrew, Lawrence, Reuben, James, Richard, Dickey. Those are your people's names. Name one of my guys. Oh yeah, you can't. Nobody will return your phone calls. They're not going to dignify you, you pathetic bitch, with a phone call. I am never again to have to ask for money. And if I am, and the answer was what it was today, we already said that never ever happens again. And if it does, we quote you, don't complain. That's what you asked for. You instigated it, you provoked it, you antagonized it, you brought heat on your whole organization. You pissed off people from both sides. So he's pressure. This morning we hear Mr. Perry's told, don't contact her, don't pressure her in any way, and don't coerce her, or this plan that we have today to illegally access and use her phone and her DoorDash app won't work. And guess what? First thing he did. You're my slave. I'm making you go back. Go DoorDash. Kind of like, go to the club. I'm excited to see you. We're going to have you arrested. Wow. Sometimes we get information from leaks. Sometimes Mr. Perry just flat tells on himself. And when you contact me, we always get more. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, and when you cause a problem, we always get more. Nobody else has what we have. No other victim is quoting your meetings. I am. I have help. I can't do that by myself. I'm not sitting in the room with you. And yet I always find out it's not psychic, David. Go into court and to say it's psychic. Did I psychic the Fabian puzzle to me? See, we have a Fabian puzzle. They got to me when you had me held hostage against my will. In your first false arrest. You've been trying to do one ever since. Again, you get caught every time you try to do it to me. Every time. We got, what, 10 different things we outlined that you've tried to false arrest me on, including petty larceny when you had your drug dealer at Sensations, your bar waitress, your meth head, steal money, say she did it. So I quit opening the bag. Remember, I changed the habit. We heard you. You were recorded. Whether I say something or not doesn't matter. What matters is what they have. There's 40 cops all over your ass when you're on mine. So one of the people around you said, and forgive the vulgar, I feel that if I don't repeat it exactly like he said it, you will not be able to understand the incredible animosity against Mr. Perry. Very, very high level of I hate this bitch. Every time he comes up here, I gotta drop everything I'm doing and hurt this girl for him, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Every time he comes up, everybody can be having a nice, wonderful day, and he'll ruin it. If it's fun, he makes it unfun. Anything that should be easy, he makes it hard and difficult, and we're all sick of that. This guy said, I am sick and tired of Mr. Perry and his floppy dick wiped all over all of us. He's not just raping her, he's raping everyone. Get your floppy dick out of everybody else's face. You don't have a choice. As much as we quote you, nobody understands why you think you have a choice. That's how angry that guy was, that he worded it exactly like that. I'm quoting somebody else. If I speak in the third person, I'm quoting somebody else. By the way, I haven't said this one yet. Broken arrow, this is another quote. What Charles is doing is fraud in a courtroom. He's having people testify to things they didn't even see. Because what she said is, Mr. Perry was recorded, Mr. Perry and Calvin were recorded discussing having Broken Arrow, have Broken Arrow police pull her over today. Get her door dashing in Broken Arrow. Illegally access and use her electronic device without her consent and against her will, and get her door dashing in Broken Arrow, and then have them pull her over. Then he has a grand jury to try to indict her for harassment after he did that to her in Oklahoma, where she lives. He doesn't live in Oklahoma. He says he doesn't have any. He went into court and said this court has no jurisdiction. I'm not doing business in Oklahoma. I don't have any dealings in Oklahoma. I'm not a legislator in Oklahoma. So why can't they get you to leave? Why are you always in Oklahoma and never in Texas? Prove your schedule, sir. What is it you sit on your ass doing all day? Playing with your little dolly. We're about to really get into what your little dolly is all about. There's some research being done right now, and then we're going to start getting into you and your relationship with a fucking doll. It'll make you throw up. It is the most creeped out, disgusting, sick, twisted thing no normal person can imagine, much less think up. It is bad. This guy is a twisted, sick fuck. I can't even... Sex criminal, big time. Did your mother humiliate you, Mr. Perry? Huh? Are you just a weirdo? Just the weirdest of the weird weirdos, and it embarrassed her, and she humiliated you? And so now you have a problem with women? You can't figure out how to get women to like you because you're so fucking creepy? You're everything hideous to women, everything repulsive to women? So you beat women down and you think that makes you tough? Women are your slaves? No, you're the slave. You have no control. We control the flow of information, always have, always will. Nobody will dignify you with a fucking call. So, the guy says, well, the problem that they're having is that what Cynthia said exactly is, Mr. Perry said, let's get Broken Arrow Police to pull her over. Let's get her family to tell her it's just better for everyone if she leaves the state of Oklahoma. Now, what we don't know is whether or not that actually happened. Did they just discuss it? Did they decide to move forward with it? Did they decide to nix it? Did she get around it somehow? Did she find out before? We don't know. Because a lot of times if she finds out before, they don't do it. Now that doesn't, they do sometimes, but they don't always. So it's possible, but once they knew she found out, they did not do it. They didn't even make the phone call. They never even had that conversation. Not with Broken Arrow Police, not with her cousin, not with her uncle, not with her family. So we don't know that the conversation actually happened. But what they do is they'll get Broken Arrow Police on the stand and say, did you guys ever have a conversation about pulling her over? Oh, no, we didn't have. Okay, but that's not what she said. Did Charles tell you to tell her it's just best if she leaves Oklahoma? Oh, no, we didn't tell her. Okay, but that's not what she said. What she said is, Charles talked about it. They weren't there to see him talking about it. They're testifying to something they know nothing about. So it's a bogus testimony. Because unless she says, I heard a conversation that was recorded by our guys of Mr. Perry calling up Chief Berryhill and asking him to have one of his officers pull her over. That's not what she said, by the way. Then what is he testifying to? Something Charles said that he didn't hear or see. So it's bogus. Same thing with her family. Unless she says, I heard a conversation in which you called my cousin or my uncle or another family member and you told them to give me a call random out of the blue. Haven't talked to them for a couple of years. Trying to stay away because you were accusing them of leaking. You go sit my family down. You tell them we're going to do all this horrible stuff to her. And you're going to help. And then come back and threaten them because you think they're leaking. You think they're leaking? You don't know who the leaks are. I don't even know that. I'm not even told how they get information. What is it, from a wiretap order of some sort? Some sort of listening device that they've got a court order for? Or you have a leak and I'm not told who the leaks are. I don't care. So how dare you? How fucking dare you? So then he starts threatening her family. Well, everyone told him to stay away from her family. He's been told, leave her family the fuck alone. So you keep going to them and then you think they're leaking. That's your fault, dum-dum. She said stay the fuck away from her family. She's not told who the leaks are. She's not told what information they get from a leak and what they get from a wiretap order of some sort. A bugging order, listening to. I'm not told that. The semantics are not. They don't give that to me, and I don't need it. I don't think I need it. Why would I need it? They're handling all that. I don't need to handle it. So, you don't have the right to that information. You're the offender. You're a sex offender, allegedly, right? You got a sex weirdo problem. You sit on your fat, lazy ass, and you watch women in the privacy of their home that you can never have. All you are is a pathetic little repulsive, heinous, hideous, depraved piece of shit that is a turnoff to women. All the shit you do is a turnoff. So you're a slave to your desires. These women aren't your slave. They don't give a fuck about you. None of us give two fucks about you. You don't matter. You don't matter at all. We're the women you can never actually have for real. You can't have us. We don't like you. So you sit around pretending. And you look pathetic. You look delusional. You look stupid. You look creepy. You look weirdo. And you look pathetic. So we get the information and you cannot have it. If we want you to have it, then you have it. And you don't know how we got it. I don't even know that. You won't know until you get arrested and you go to trial. And you can take that up with the judge. And otherwise, fuck you. You're the slave. You repulse women. You're the turnoff. You're bizarre, and you're boring, and you're strange. Did your mom humiliate you? Huh? It's not normal to peep on women or sell women. Types it in my phone. You're my slave. Wow. No, you're the slave, dum-dum. You're the slave. You can't control yourself. You don't have a real love life. You're the reject. You're told on. We quote you. You're not quoting us. You're the slave. You have the weirdo problem that it horrifies women. You're the turnoff. You can't get the date. No one wants you. You're told on. You're a fucking reject, and you're told on. We're quoting you every day, and it's your fault that we get the information from your whole organization. Who's the Muffin Man? That's a nickname. Who's Calvin? He's bald and fat. Who's Sanjay? Your hacker. Who's Bencore? Who's Oscar? Who's Bruce? Who are those people, Charles? Who's Beverly? Who's all worried about what shoes I wear? We got that information because you're stepping on some very powerful toes while you sit there, pathetic, watching TV, pretending in your make-believe world with your doll. Rejected, and nobody wants you around, and everybody hates your guts, and everybody's sick of you. You're the slave. You're tied down to a TV show that shows a life you'll never have. We're free. We're fine. You're ruining our day. You're ruining our lives. You're a threat to us. But we have help right now that you can't get to. Name one of my guys, quote one of their meetings. Oh yeah, you can't. They won't dignify you with a fucking phone call, will they? No, they will not. But we heard you out of grand jury. That you're trying to say that I'm harassing you. And that I'm saying, well, Mr. Perry was recorded saying, have Broken Arrow Police pull her over. Then they get John Berryhill or whoever from representative from Broken Arrow Police to testify. No, we didn't have any such conversation. Oh, but that's not what she said, see? She didn't say that he actually called you. She said he talked about calling you, and you weren't there to see him talk. Were you there? You weren't there for that, were you? No, so you're testifying for some bullshit you didn't see. So it's a bogus testimony. She didn't say that you actually called her family. She said you were recorded talking about calling her family in one of your meetings. We do quote your meetings. We quote them every day. You have no power. You have no control. You're a slave to pathetic. You embarrass everybody, and everybody's sick of you. And you're caught when you do it to me. Now, I said, my guys told you in 2020 of March 2020, Cynthia's privacy isn't to be invaded anymore. You do not contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form, creepy Chucky. You don't contact them. Not directly, not indirectly. She's not to be broken, have to ask for help ever again. And if she does, I'm gonna kick your ass. So when we quote you, you fucked up. It's your fault. You brought the heat on your whole organization, and you're fucked. You don't have a date. Nobody's in love with you. You don't have a woman holding your hand. You're alone. You're shriveled up. You're a slave to your wishland, to your pretend make-believe world. And everybody's sick of that. We quote you. You are not quoting us. When you contact me, we get more. When you cause me to lose money, we get more, Calvin. You're bald and fat. You're not very tall either, are you? One of our guys is big. He's huge. He's about the same size as Jason Moore, but he's in shape. He could palm you and Charles together. Wait until you get to meet him, Calvin. You want a poke and peep? You pay for that. $25 million for a cover-up. Did you get your cover-up? Oh, fuck no. I've never met Calvin that I know of. I've never met Beverly that I know of. They know everything I do, don't they? How would Beverly know what shoes I have? Yeah, but I know that you guys talked about that because we hear every meeting you have. You got cops on you. You brought heat on your whole thing. You brought heat on your entire organization. You invade my privacy, they invade yours. You take my money, they take from you. You paid millions of dollars for a cover-up you didn't get. It bought us intel. It bought us actionable intel. You're about to go to prison. We cannot wait. No more drama. No more good days ruined by the, Princess Cuckoo Bird and his doll. And I will never be broke again. I'll never be broke again. I'll have my privacy back. My family will finally be left the fuck alone. You won't be around to bother and do this.
Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved. Leave me alone.
No, I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
and leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, see you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me.
Alright, so since the time that he said in March 2020, you don't invade Cynthia's privacy anymore. She has the right to her privacy. It is illegal for you to invade it. So stop. It's also repulsive, offensive, and you're a fat, lazy turnoff. Number 2, you don't contact her or her family again. Don't do it. Not in any form, not directly, not indirectly, and she's not to be broke anymore. Get your hands out of her wallet. Stop taking her money. Stop trying to starve her. What he's calling it is a coercion charge in the act as grand larceny with intent to coerce, deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce, interference with contracts with intent to coerce, and interference with commerce, the buying and selling of anything with intent to coerce. The intent is to coerce someone to do or say something they don't want to do or say. Putting unbearable pressure on somebody to do something they don't want to do. So when you and we told you, if you think you have a choice, as much as we've quoted you already, you need to be in the whack job farm. You're nuttier than a fruitcake. Very, very, very delusional and very, very, very stupid. And you chose that. That's what you chose. So it is your fault, Mr. Perry, that we got more. We got a whole lot more. This right here was somebody. By the way, let me preface the conversation about what testimonies were in the grand jury. I'm quoting somebody else. I did hear some testimony in the grand jury, and I heard that it was false testimony. I heard the testimony of my son, and it was false. You suborned perjury. That's not his fault. That's your fault. He's fine. He's not going to have any problem, no consequences, because we have seen what you do to people, what you've done to me, to try to force someone against their will to lie for you. So a lot of people that you've pressured to say something they didn't want to say or do something they didn't want to do, those people are not in trouble. You are. And you're in a lot of it. You can't stop shitting your criminal excrement. It is like heaven for a cop that's looking to put you away. You have no control. We've always controlled the flow of information. This is part of that right here. I'm going to get it. These emails and these texts that she sent in 2011 were all about stalking. These are not things somebody does if they need to pass a law in Texas. And we got all this. Your whole plan, they take the driver's license, they get passports. We heard you have a DNR on me that you forged. A forged marriage license, a forged power of attorney, a forgery after forgery after forgery to illegally access my financial information so that you could ruin it, making me easier to traffic. The allegations are you are involved in human trafficking and human rights violations. There's a couple of reasons why some other countries might have some interest and as a compromise to national security, and why that might be of interest to somebody in law enforcement who's looking to protect the safety of the citizens of the United States of America. One is organized crime often has ties to terrorism. Like 9/11. We don't need another 9/11, Mr. Perry. Number 2, because you can't control yourself. You sit there, you're a slave to your chair and your TV show and your doll. You're the slave, not the women. Did your mommy humiliate you, and so now you want to humiliate women? Huh? You can't keep your family problems within your own family. You don't have any class. No dignity. Yeah, okay. Also, you can't, the other reason would be if you're trying to negotiate with a country that has human rights violation problems, and they're going, yeah, but so do you. Get out of my face. then you've posed a problem to national security. That might bring on some law enforcement, don't you think? You're a risk to national security. Okay? You're in a lot of trouble. So when he told you, get off her back, mind your own business, get a fucking life, and leave her alone, he wasn't kidding. We say it, then we show you. It's your fault we got this. Okay? And this. You contact me, we get more. You invade my privacy, they invade yours. Never again am I to hear what I heard today. I'm not to have to make those kind of phone calls. And since you are a little peeping Tom, butt into everything, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Vacuum cleaner. Get her a vacuum cleaner. Right? That right there, when you contact me, we get more. When you invade my privacy, they invade yours. You take from me, they take from you. You cause a problem for me, they're going to cause 20 for you. You're the bad guy. They catch bad guys. That's what they do. They're going to fuck up your crime. Any other victim have all this? Mike was drugged. He didn't do it. I'm telling the Florida State's attorney in January 2020, they didn't take depositions till May, and that confirmed it. We gave him Narcan. He came to. He was dying of opioid overdose. How did he get opioids in him? And why did Barney Fife here not figure that out? Well, it appears he was beat to death. Yeah. Okay, Barney, show us where the injuries are on this man right here that you're accusing of doing that. Where's the injuries that look like he did it? Why is he still in jail, Charles? We told you to get him out. We didn't. That's not an option, sir. We're not leaving you a choice. When we tell you, don't invade her privacy, don't contact her or her family ever again. She's not to be broke anymore. Why is he still in jail? When you think you have a choice, you show how delusional and how stupid you are. You don't. You're breaking the law. You're pissing everybody off. And the more you do that, the more we get. We got to look at that. They were able to get that to me in jail when you were holding me hostage against my will on your first false arrest. You've been trying to do it again ever since. We've talked about it over and over and over and over and over for years. They say she's supposed to be in jail and not able to talk about all this. But I'm not. And I am. You're in a shit ton of trouble. This is a lot of power here, sir. They could get that to me in jail. That's not your name on that, is it? That's intersecting with the word hope. Fabian made me hope. Fabian and I will talk about what Fabian and I want to talk about when we're ready to do that. You've tried to pay him to come up here and coax me back to Texas. You offered him $15,000 and he said no. And you offered him 20 and he said no. Then you offered him 25 and he said no. And I told you, he's not going to help you. He's the one person on the planet that has never helped you. Right? You're the butt-in. Just a little wannabe. Never the one wanted. Just a pathetic little reject. Slave to your chair, your pretend world, and a doll. Right? You cause sadness and fear. If it's fun, you make it unfun. If it's good, you ruin it. If it's something people like and they're enjoying it, you'll fuck it up. And you can't figure out why you have leaks and we do not. And they won't dignify you with a phone call. You can't figure that out. Just get her car away from her, then she'll call me. Just take her car away from her, then she'll call me. How many times have you said that? He said, I've got at least 20,000 recordings of them talking about taking your car. We only need one to prove malicious intent. Mens rea, malicious aforethought, premeditation. It's a crime. You know that. And you're going to do it anyway. Sometimes you've been caught and you still do it. Then we're like, well, I told you so. I did say. We kept saying. Yeah, you want to talk to our guys? That's what he told Mr. Perry has this victim in Tulsa that keeps catching his crimes. She's part of a big investigation into what they're doing. Their sex trafficking crap. He's trying to go above her head and get her fired. He's called up all kinds of law enforcement agencies trying to figure out who she's working for. Nobody will call him back. Right? My guys won't call you back. You know why? He doesn't talk to stupid people. Doesn't have time. He's very busy running intel ops, Mr. Perry. So that he can do it for you. Because he said, if you don't stop it, I'm going to do it for you. And the way that we do that is we get intel, we get evidence, we get information, we put it into court, and we put you in jail, and then we get a conviction. I'm very busy doing that. You're always a threat to her. I'm very busy protecting her from you. So, so here's the thing. What I said is, her privacy is not to be invaded. You're not to contact her or her family. Not directly, not indirectly, not in any form at all. She's not to be broke. And you act like you don't understand what I just said. I don't have time to repeat myself. And I don't waste my time talking to somebody stupid who can't understand what people are saying to him. He's got Huntington's disease. It causes paranoia, hallucinations, delusion, psychosis, and impaired cognitive reasoning. I don't have time for that. I'm not a special ed teacher. So I'm not going to call him back. I'm busy running intel ops. It's not going to happen. Every time you contact me, we get more. It's your fault. You're bringing heat on your organization. You were told not to. Every day you invade my privacy, every day Mike's in jail, every day I'm broke, we get more. We heard you guys this morning. Perry, don't tell on us again. Perry tells on himself sometimes. He's typing in my phone this morning. Go DoorDash. You're my slave. We're bringing you back. Be wise. Go be. Just let us do it. Oh my God. Wow. They told you. What's funny, they sat him down and told, again, we have somebody that doesn't understand what you're telling him and can't control himself. Don't coerce her. Don't do anything. Don't pressure her to go DoorDash, or this will not work. The plan that we have to illegally access and use her DoorDash app and her phone, her electronic device, that won't work if you pressure her. Yeah, like you pressured her to go to the club. Now everybody's mad she's not at the club. Well, here's what the bouncer said about that. You told us to bully her out. So we did. We read all the scripts you gave us to read. So why are you mad that she's not here? She said she wanted a waitress. You guys bullied her out of the waitress. And then you tried to set her up on a petty larceny. So she left. I would too. So don't complain that she's not here. She said she won't come back if Amanda's here. Amanda's dealing your drugs for you. So she's not going anywhere. That means Cyndi's not going to be here anytime soon. If you wanted her back, then you'd have... So it's more important to you to sell the drugs than to get Cynthia back into the club, or she'd be waitressing. She told you her terms. You're not meeting her terms. So if you're not meeting her terms, you don't really want her here, do you? Yep, okay. Matt does. He wants to serve me with something, I guess. We heard the plan was get her there, back to the club, jerk her off the stage, make an example in front of all the other girls. Here's what we do to girls who don't do what we say, because we think they're slaves. We're delusional whack jobs. Slavery ended at the Civil War. Dum-dum. There's no slavery now. You do it now, you go to jail. Just like that. It comes with a life sentence per count. You go to jail. You sell people, you go to jail. Life sentence per count. How many counts are they going to charge you with, Charles? Who's Monique and where is she right now? Who's Monique? Where is she right now? You wanted to jerk me off the stage, make an example in front of the other girls you think are your slaves? And then make me sign your affidavit lie that I wasn't supposed to even know about, but I do, because when you contact me, we get more. When you cause a problem for me, we get more. You take my money, they take from you. You cause a problem for me, they cause 20 for you. So I do know about it. I said, no, I'm not signing that. So you're trying to cause unbearable duress. Then you wanted to have me pose for wedding photos to cover up your forgery from 4 years ago. The forged marriage license that you're using, you want to use those forged documents to get a passport. You have a forged DNR, so when you try to kill me, if I don't die right away, nobody will try to help me. Yeah, we heard you talking about that too. It's recorded. They got it. If I'm talking about it, they have it. 40 cops have heard it, 12 reporters, 3 not in the U.S. They have 12 reporters in the need to know, because when the story goes out, when it breaks, they're going to be there to keep the story straight. You're not going to spend nothing. You're not going to spend shit. These guys have been working with these 12 reporters for decades. They trust them. They know them. They've worked with them. And it's fine. There's a reason they picked those 12. 3 are not in the U.S. You can't control it. You can't spin it. You're fucked. They've heard the same thing I've heard. This, you notice it's not out yet. They've heard the same thing I've heard. Okay, but we have it. So, if it's been going on like this for 10 years, don't you think he's probably about to wrap this up? And when he wraps it up, then it's out. Right? See, you're stupid. I mean, it's been so easy, it's not even fair, Mr. Perry. You provoke, you antagonize, and you instigate. You provoke, you antagonize, and you instigate. You provoke, you antagonize, and you instigate. You're the slave to your dolly, to your chair, and to your pretend life. You're by yourself. You're all shriveled up. You're all old. You're rejected. And you have to pretend you're watching people on TV against their will. Women you can never actually have. Right? Because you repulse us. You're everything women are turned off by. Did your mom humiliate you? Yeah, whatever. Here's a tissue. Boo fucking who. Okay, so why can't you act like a man? So here's, you're a pussy, piss, and coward. And you'll never be any better than that. That's the best you've ever been. Because real men do what the guys helping us are doing. They protect women and children. They don't attack women and children and think that makes them tough. Women are slaves. You're the slave. You're the slave to a TV show. You sit there 24/7 and watch women you can never have all damn day. And cause one problem after another. Right? And creep everybody the fuck out. Oh, Mr. Perry's coming back to town. Oh, God. I have stuff to do today. He creeps me the hell out. That guy's got women locked in a basement somewhere. He's fucking creepy. You gotta hear the weird shit he says about Cyndi. That's why she doesn't like him. He's a fucking weirdo. I get sick of him coming up here. I have shit to do. Behind your back, constantly we hear that. And we get this. Okay? All of these, that's what he said right there. Don't fuck with her. Because you'll wish you hadn't done that. So we have information nobody else has. These are subject lines to an email that I typed up that was a recording of you. Some nefarious thing you were going to try next. Ringtone Richard. Get a ringtone, Richard. Poor Richard was told that so much, we now call him Ringtone Richard. Calling him and calling him and call. Get a ringtone, Richard. Get a ringtone, Richard. Get a ringtone, Richard. So many times that we fucking call the guy Ringtone Richard now. That's your fault. It's your fault when we quote you. It's your fault that you get caught. You're bringing the heat on your whole organization. And you don't have a date. Nobody's in love with you. You're all by yourself with a doll. Living in a make-believe world. And that is your God, and you're a slave to it. We're not slave to shit. You're pathetic. You're a pathetic little reject. Everything women are turned off by. And every time you contact me or you make a problem for me, we get more. See? We got all that. Every time you contact me, we get more. Every time you contact me, we get more. Every day I'm broke, we get more. You take from me, they take from you. Every day Mike sits in jail, we get more. It's 10 years. He's about to wrap it up, don't you think? Look at that. Every time you contact me, we get more. Every time you cause a problem for me, we find out more. I did hear the grand jury. I did hear my son testify falsely. He read your script. We got that because it's your fault. You caused the problem. You're invading privacy. You're making unwanted contact. We get more. Millions of dollars you spent for a cover-up bought us intel. Let me repeat that. Is everybody listening? Blankenship, you listening? Richard, Dickie, you guys listening? every time he contacts me, every time he takes my money, every day I'm broke, every day Mike's in jail, all that money, millions of dollars you spent for a cover-up, absolutely did not a fucking thing but buy us all this intel. That intel will be used to get a conviction. He instigates, he provokes, he's stepping on very powerful toes. He's stepping on very powerful toes. Now you tell me again I'm a slave. Wow, I could not believe that. You are the most delusional little fuck I've ever met in my life. I've never seen anybody be this delusional for this long. Not in my entire life. You're sick. You need to be in a nursing home. All that. That's a lot of intel. It's not the half of it. There's your sex trafficking plan, right? Lucius Geppetto. There's our witness statement. The guy's a fucking weirdo. I'm glad somebody's finally putting a stop to it. I'm tired of sleeping with one eye open. Look at this right here. Subjugation of the victim is of importance to this type of sexual killer. Cruelty and infliction of pain are merely the means to effect subjugation. That's your thing, aren't you? You're a sex sadist. We heard you told people this like you thought it was a trophy. See, Mr. Perry is a delusional whack job. Literally goes around and doesn't have any filters. Tells people that weird shit he does. It's fucking embarrassing. Makes everybody skin crawl and hair on the back of your neck stand on end. Like he thinks it's a trophy and you're all like, oh my God, that's awful. That he's a sex sadist and that he enjoys going to hospitals. When he's on the road, he'll go to a hospital, in a town where he doesn't know anybody, and go to the maternity ward and watch women in pain to go in the bathroom and jack off. He told people that. Can you believe that? He came up to Oklahoma and told people, I'm going to get Cynthia pregnant. I'm 54 years old. You're shitting us with that, right? I don't want to have kids at this age. And sure as shit, don't want to have yours. Have a bride of here's the child of Chucky, the demon Chucky. I mean, golly, there's no way. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's what made some of those guys go, I think he's got women locked up in a basement somewhere. This guy's a weirdo. How embarrassing for you. Your kids. What, Dad? It's so important you gotta embarrass us with that. Your family has to live with this shit long after you're gone. That's your legacy. Oh my God. Wow. I don't know what to say. All of this stuff, when you ignored him, he didn't think that was funny. When you thought you had a choice, he didn't think that was cute. The phone call today better never happen again. If it does, you will pay. He's already making you pay. Millions of dollars did not buy a cover-up. Millions of dollars you spent trying to make this all go away and cover all this up and intimidate me. All that did is buy us a shit ton of intel. Actionable intel they're going to use to get a conviction, and you're fucked. You chose that. You live with your choices, right? We got this one in last night. When Charles contacts me, we get more. When he invades my privacy, they invade his. When he takes my money, they take from him. You cause a problem for me, he'll cause 20 for you. He's fighting crime. He's fucking up your crime. So we got this one in. I'm supposed to be in jail. I'm like, yeah, we've heard that. Put her in jail and make her sign the lie affidavit and then pose for photos, wedding photos. It's a fraud. Just to cover up the forgery from 4 years ago that Lucky Miller asked her about. Then deliver her to the guy that bought her in Houston. Charles, he got half his money up front, and he's waiting to deliver to get the other half. Then he'll kill her, so she can't pop up later and say another word, because this one's telling on us. When you contact me, when you take my privacy, when I'm broke, Mike's in jail, we get more. Cause and effect, same, different, before and after. You're as dumb as a rock. It's very embarrassing. See, when you think you have a choice once he says that, you don't have a choice, Charles. It speaks to how delusional you are that you think you do. So this guy's going over all the things that we got before, not after. Right? We got it before, not after. I'm not in jail now, and yet we heard them say she's supposed to be in jail. We did another fraud. We're going to use our DoorDash app. illegally access her electronic device to get her to a certain location where we can take her car away. We're going to give her a bus pass and tell her, you get out of Oklahoma or we'll kill you. The guys have it. The guys have it. Whoever said sometimes she'll say something, but not always, but I'm going to tell you something. She doesn't make a mistake. Don't think you got something. If she gives you... This was when I worked in the strip club, I think. 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up. And then you had another 6 weeks, and again, not one slip up. See, I'm all guarded. I'm not going to make a mistake right now. We even told you because I got fucking bored. Here, I'm going to make this a challenge by helping you out here. The way you get people to open up and talk is you be nice. You send somebody in to buy a bunch of VIPs and just talk about stuff. Don't send the course. Don't read a script. Don't try to direct the way the conversation goes. You just let people talk. And you look for an open door. And you don't try to force anything. And the next thing you know, people will start slipping up and make... Because they're relaxed around you. How do you think I do it? A lot of people tell me stuff they didn't mean to tell me. Because I just let them talk. Here, I'm going to push play. You go. You direct the course of the conversation. I'm looking for an open door. When you open it, I'm going to walk through it, dum-dum. But you're going to open the door. I'm not going to pressure you to talk about this subject or that subject or about this or say that. What's going to happen is we're just going to talk. And you're going to guide the conversation. You control it. And I'm going to wait for an open door. And when you open that door, I'm going to walk through it and you won't know that's what I'm doing. You won't know. Ask the policeman that pulled me over. He opened the door. He brought up, I'm traffic, not patrol. I'm patrol, not traffic. Okay. To explain to me what that means, I'm going to pretend I'm stupid right now and I don't know. Tell me what that means, officer. There's my open door right there. There's my open door right there. So he explained it to me. I can arrest somebody for harassment and domestic violence. Can you? Okay. That's interesting because I just told you about some. It's what I'm thinking. I just told you that's what this is. That's what I'm thinking. I didn't say that. I'm still pretending to be a dum-dum. Oh, okay. Well, I just want to make sure. Can you explain to me one more time? So, like, if somebody's harassing me here tonight, you can arrest them and traffic can't? Yes. And your patrol? Yes. Explain one more time to me that. And I'm sitting there thinking, this is perfect. I didn't push the conversation in that way. He did. He opened that door. I'm going to walk through it. Because what I'm going to do is, when we go to court, because we're going to court, we kept saying he's going to have me pulled over, which he can't know where I am by any legal means. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use what this officer's telling me, that he knows his duties. He knows he can help me in a domestic violence situation, which this is. I told him that. This is a domestic violence situation. He knew. And instead of saying, okay, let me get a report, let's talk about this a little more, he went, I'm going to go get your ticket. I'll be right back. That's what I was told to do, right? Okay. I told you so. I did say. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you open the door and I'm just going to walk through it. So, 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up. And the guy said, probably Dickie would be my guy. I think Dickie's the one that gets me. I'm so many guesses it was him. Don't think she made a mistake or slipped up. She did not. She doesn't make mistakes. She'll let you think maybe she did, or she'll let you think you got something, and then they'll laugh at you while you go try to make it work, or go start making a bunch of phone calls. They'll sit there and laugh at you. She doesn't make mistakes. If they give you something intentional, or they let you go ahead and do your plan, they're going to use it against you in your criminal trial. That's all there is to it. That's the plan. That's the strategy. These people are very, very strategic. We are. And I'm part of the team. They picked me for a reason. So, where's the date, Charles? Where's the woman that loves you? You're a job for me. I'm very good at what I do. Nobody else has this. Nobody else has this. And your millions that you spent for a cover-up on us intel, and that's your fault. You're to blame. When you contact me, when you take my money, when you take up my time, when you have invade my privacy, you're taking my legal right to privacy in the most vulgar, disgusting rape way I know. I mean, you're a rapist, is all you are. I define what it makes me feel like. Being watched in the privacy of my home. It's rape. I define that, not you. This goes through a whole bunch of things where the guy's kind of frustrated, it sounds like. Well, if you hadn't kept doing exactly what she said you were recorded talking about doing, this might be easier to make your lie work. But since there's a whole lot of I told you so's here, I don't know what the hell what am I supposed to do with that? See that? McNamara email. I'm going to have her card taken away from her email. You tried again today? That's kind of Calvin's deal, isn't it? He's always after my car, too. You guys, if I wasn't good at what I do, you're criminals. You wouldn't care if I live here or not. You wouldn't care where I live. Right? You wouldn't give a shit about me. I'm good at what I do, and that scares the fuck out of you. Huh? How many men sit around and try to figure out how to make me fail? I'm good at what I do, and it scares the shit out of you bitches. You're a slave to your desires. You can't control yourselves. Low impulse control and low IQ. Biology, criminology, theory. Right there. You're the living, breathing proof. If he arrests me or tries to kill me, it's going to vindicate me, not him. He's a dum-dum. Okay, there we go. So yeah, the officer opened, because what I did is, when I went to court, I said, this pullover was illegal, and there's some discrimination here, because I'm telling the guy that I'm a victim of trafficking and domestic violence, and he completely ignored me. And he's clearly very familiar with his duties. He told me twice. I made him tell me twice. You think I don't know that? I know that. I grew up with 4 generations of police. I know that. I didn't need him to tell me his duties because I don't know. I needed him to tell me his duties so that I can show the body cam of him telling me his duties, and I can say, jury, clearly he understands his duties perfectly. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm very good at it, or you wouldn't be trying to make me leave Oklahoma. You're scared of me. I'm good at what I do. Thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it. But really, it's the fault of Mr. Perry, because when he does the crime to me, every time he contacts me, we get more. Every minute he invades my privacy and makes me feel raped, we get more. He does not have the right to invade my privacy. That is a criminal act. You go to jail. It's very offensive, and it's a turnoff. So, you don't get to hack me and get away with it. You're not. When we quote you, your $25 million plus that you spent for a cover-up didn't get you a cover-up. It got us intel. You spent money chasing a lie. We get the truth. You're just stupid. You act like you have no idea what I'm saying. You're just, fucktard. It's so easy. It's not fair. 6 years in a strip club, followed by another 6 weeks, not one slip-up, and you have no idea who it is that gets that information from you and gives it to me. I'm not sitting in the room with you when I quote you. Who gave me the... See, when I told you when I first got home from the first false arrest, and you agreed to leave me the fuck alone, and you didn't, and you started provoking and antagonizing and harassing, right? Remember that? What did I say to you? I already knew I had this. You clearly had no idea what it meant that I had this and the Fabian puzzle. You don't even have a Fabian, much less a Fabian puzzle. Okay, so I already had this, and I already had the Fabian puzzle. And what did I tell you? I know that you've gotten away with this crap all your life. I know you're a serial killer. I know you are. But not this time. You won't get away with it this time. Because I mean, you would have here, if Mr. Perry was smart, he would have put together, well, she has this email. How'd she get that? Because what this email says is, I'm going to arrange a false arrest and coerce her. I'm going to coerce. I'm going to entice, and I'm going to force, and I'm going to push, and I'm going to intimidate, and I'm going to screw with her. Right? How'd that work out for you? Ask Betancourt if he thinks that worked out for you. Where's Mr. Koonsweiler and all this? Okay, so we got this you've been trying to do. False arrest her, make sure all the other girls see it. Make sure she has to be dancing. We got to get her on prostitution. Right? Calvin, isn't that what you told everybody? We heard you. Petty larceny. Amanda, take the money when she sets it up at the beginning of the night and then say she did it. So what Amanda does is, first of all, I completely changed my habits. I quit opening the bag. I just take the bag out of the safe, throw it up on the counter. Never mind that for 6 weeks, I've been sitting right next to the safe with the code and the key to the club. No money's missing, no complaints of money missing, everything's fine. All of a sudden, right before I'm going to leave, she comes running in. Even though we always count the money at the end of the night, we framed you, so tonight I counted it at 10 o'clock. I got to catch you before you leave. We found $200 missing. I think you took it when you set the money up. And I go, oh, that's funny. That's so funny. Here's the thing, I didn't open the bag at all. When you see on camera, you'll see me toss it across the counter. Because we already heard your plan, Calvin, telling you what to do to frame me for petty larceny, so we've already found a way around that. I didn't open the bag at all, dum-dum. Why are you counting the money at 10 o'clock instead of at the end of the night when we always count it? Here we go again with the 20 times a night. Pull cameras and call Paul. Pull cameras and call Paul. Pull cameras and... I've never heard anybody scream, call Paul, like she did. It was pathetic. I mean, embarrassing pathetic. In 8 years, nobody has worked at that club that acts like that chick. Nobody has ever worked at that club that acts as pathetic as she does. So if that was her script, oh my God, that explains a lot. Okay, so she goes running out and comes back in. Oh, the DJ had it. Oh, DJ Josh, not DJ Ray. I'm like, what the okay, what, bye-bye, that's all. Have a nice night. And, so they got caught on that, too. I don't always say something beforehand. Sometimes we're going to let you do what you do. I'm bait. I'm the Jenga piece. You push and shove at me, your whole thing gets wobbly. $25 million bought us this intel, dum-dum. You're provoking people with a lot of power. Kidnap. We can't kidnap her. Take her car, take her computer, take her phones. We need her back at the club so we can get her computer. One night I'm in the shower. This one chick comes up and starts talking to me while I'm in the shower. I poked my head out. I already knew what she was doing. We heard Joe telling her what to do. She was trying to distract me so the other girl could take my computer. And you're like, fuck, she's got her head poked out. Yeah, I did. We already knew. We heard you talking about it. We don't always say something before. I just change what I do. We just work around it. When are you going to learn? It's 10 years of this. Same thing. You do it to me, you get caught. You do it to me, you get caught. You contact me, we get more. The more we get, the easier it will be to get a conviction. You take my money, they take from you. You cause a problem for me, they cause 20 for you. I'm the bait. Everything you do can and will be used against you in a court of law. Everything. You breathe wrong. We will use that against you in a court of law. You're fucked. Shouldn't have fucked with me. Ever again, will I make a phone call like I had to make today and hear what I had to hear? You will pay for it, Mr. Perry, if that ever fucking happens again. It doesn't happen again, ever. Do you understand me? I'm not telling you, you don't have a choice. Fucktard, you don't have a choice. Fucktard, leave everybody and everything the fuck alone. Do you understand me? You don't have a choice. We get more of these, the more you fuck with me. Okay? You're choosing for us to get more. Heat's on you. Heat's all up your ass. Okay? You think you want to use me as a send her home, harass the hell out of her. When she complains about it, we're going to instigate, we're going to antagonize, we're going to piss everybody off. And then when people start ranting because they're pissed off, we'll say they're harassing us. See? Judge Kirkendall was smart. She wasn't falling for your bullshit. She said, yeah, it looks to me like you're doing exactly what all these emails say. So I need you to leave her alone so I can rule out provocation and entrapment. Because it looks like you're full of shit. Do I have stupid written across my forehead? Yeah, okay, so it's not in her court now, it's in Judy Parker's, right? Does Judy have stupid, is she stupid? Or did you threaten her? What'd you do? I've known Judy for a while. She's not a bad person. So why we hear she called Jake Franklin and said somebody's tipping her off. You got leaks in your... If you can't get your officers to stop leaking, so she always finds out when we're going to illegally use her phone and pull and DoorDash app and pull her over, right? I'm going to hold you in contempt. And we're like, whoa, that is way over the top illegal right there. But Judy wouldn't do that unless you pressured her to. I know Judy. Stop pressuring people. Okay? Well, you sit there with your little doll, pretending you have a love life, using my body against my will. You pay for it. You're paying for it in ways you have never had to pay before. It's your fault we got all this. Your fault, Charles. You're fucking with the wrong people. Didn't somebody tell you that in Lubbock? I'm going to tell you something about what I know about Cyndi is that she will piss you the fuck off, but she's usually right, so it would benefit you to listen to what she has to say. Second of all, and I'm never mean when I first have a conversation with somebody. I'm never mean, but if you are not getting it, I'm going to get more firm with you. And one thing that we had a problem with in Lubbock was, I've known him for 30 years. We've been doing it that way for 30 years. We're a bunch of fucking hillbillies. Country bumpkins. We just do it the same way. It don't work. For 30 years, we're going to keep fucking it up. Because we've been fucking it up for 30 years. I'm coming in from Las Vegas, Nevada, where things are moving and changing constantly because it's very competitive. The Sands Casino gets blown up for a new casino, and I about died. I couldn't believe it. That's where the Rat Pack performed. That's an icon of Las Vegas. That is Vegas. And they fucking blew it up. Been here 30 years, didn't mean shit. So I'm coming into a town we've been fucking it up for 30 years, so we're gonna fuck it up today too. Oh my God. Wow. No, we're not. We're fucking not gonna fuck it up again. I don't want to hear. I didn't come in here to talk to you about how you've been doing it for 30 years, or you knew that you've been knowing that guy for 30 years. What I'm telling you is this situation needs to be fixed, so fucking fix it. I don't want to hear another word about it. Fix the damn problem. Your 30-year bullshit, shove it up your ass. I don't want to hear it. Fix the fucking problem and fix it right now. Because you can. You can. You're in a position, you fix it, because you can fix it. Wow. Okay. Oof. Yep. Bye-bye. That's all. So that's how I handle. But first, I didn't say it like that at first. At first, I'm very nice, and I'm all, very congenial, and, we got a problem with this, and it's see, here's the thing. It's just not working for us because here's the thing. It's like this, and it should be like this. Don't you think? Don't you think that makes more sense? Well, but we've been knowing it that way for 30. Okay, now you hit the nerve. Okay, now I'm not nice because you're stupid, and we're not doing it that way now. Today, we're not doing it that way today. It's fucked up. You've been fucking it up for 30 years. You're going to do it this way because it works better. It makes more sense, don't you think? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, well, yeah, it actually does make more sense. Right. Here's your goals. Your goals are attract people to Lubbock, attract corporations, attract business. You got lead Lubbock. You formed a whole organization for the economic development of a town in which you are you hold a leadership position, do you not? Yeah. Okay, tell me how you're doing is going to accomplish that goal. Well, it's not. Right. Okay, so fuck the 30-year deal. Fix it right now, and I got to go. Got shit to do. So that did something in that individual's mind that he said, she'll piss you off, but she's right, and it would benefit you to listen to her. Second of all, I can't put my finger on it, but there's certain people in this world you do not fuck with, and she's one of them. You can, but I promise you, it will not serve you to do that, and you'll wish you hadn't. Is this serving you to fuck with me, Princess Weirdo? With your doll? He's gonna fuck up my car, see? Then we have all the pullover, Lucky complaining, I guess that was Lucky, complaining about, we got sick and tired of being asked to pull her over to give Charles Perry information about a car. It's really none of his business. I have real crimes to solve. So they had my taillight taken out to have me pulled over. My guys called me and woke me up. Mr. Perry, when you contact me, you're in my phone right now. You want me pulled over again? He just typed in my phone. We are having you pulled over. We always get more when you contact me. It's your fault. Ask Bittencourt and Sonjay if they think that's cute. Okay. So there's the letter to the U.S. Attorney about using law enforcement to hurt people. Using taxpayer-funded resources for your personal profit. There it is right there. I sent it in August after those two cops said, he told us to just find a way to arrest you. Well, we said no. But that won't mean he won't find a schmuck that'll do it. There's all the car accidents you caused after you went at my car. You wanted to get it today? Okay. There's the car. There's my apartment. We can't do it. We can't take her money, Calvin. We can't take her money. We got Calvin's name, Betancourt and Desiree. No, that's not right. Blankenship and Desiree, Calvin and Richard's name after you started talking about getting me kicked out of my apartment. When I told people I'm going to get an apartment, you went around and said there's not going to be a new apartment and a new car. We got Muffin Man. You start fucking with me, my guys are get up your ass. You invade my privacy, they invade yours. And they have a court order to do that, and you just have a weirdo problem. You are a slave to it. So, we're going to get her kicked out of our apartment. We can't do it if we take her money and she can't pay because of the COVID moratorium, so we'll do smoking. Well, sure shit, if you notice before and after. Before, fucktard. When you contact me, we get more. Nobody's going to help you. They never have. They never will. Everybody's sick of you. What'd he say? I'm going to quote him again. I'm sorry, but I'm quoting somebody else. But this is how angry, how much animosity you've created against you. He needs to get his floppy dick off of everybody else. We're sick of looking at that. Okay? Don't contact me. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. You don't get to use my body for your imaginary pretend life. You don't. You're paying for it. $25 million didn't buy you a cover-up. It bought us this. Right here in Calvin's name. Right here. Charles, Calvin, $25 million that was spent for a cover-up bought us that. We got intel. Intel will be used against you in a court of law. Every stupid thing you say and do can and will be used against you in a court of law. Maybe you ought to go through your attorney and stop contacting me directly. It's inappropriate. She did. She calls about the smoking, not the money, because that's what he said. Maybe we'll do it on smoking, not money. Okay. You got to have a police report when somebody's threatening you with death and false arrest, like you said in the McNamara email or in here. Didn't occur to you that I had a McNamara email and that might mean something? Because you're a dum-dum. Criminals are stupid or they wouldn't be criminals. I filed a police report in compliance with the law because you have to have one. And you obstructed justice and destroyed my evidence. And by physical force prevented and delayed me from reporting the crime of attempted murder. Yeah. They didn't call me back until I'm already in jail. She's asking for evidence. There was no bag it and tag it. What happened to the log? Where's the evidence log? Where's the bag it and tag it? Yo, you destroyed my evidence of poisoning because you knew you were giving me arsenic. You didn't want a blood test. If you weren't giving me arsenic, you would have made sure there was a blood test and you'd hold a press conference, your little drama queen dance that you do. See, she lied. I'm a victim. But you knew you were giving me arsenic. You knew a blood test would show that, so you made sure there was no blood test. Princess, right? You get caught when you do it to me. It's dismissed, and there's bond conditions. The Lucky said, I've seen bond conditions. That's not what this is. This is a cover-up negotiation. Charles Perry's agreeing to leave Cynthia Ortiz the fuck alone. And he lied. Like he lies about everything. When you start going around making promises, nobody believes you anymore. Because you just lie. Yep. There's the Mike was drugged email. And the deposition. Yes, he was. He was passed out cold during that whole fight. The fight was over. What'd you give Mike? Stop it to the offender, Mike. Calling out to Mike. Yep. You guys lied about that too. Here's the arrest report. Barney Fife did not write an injury in this that would indicate he beat somebody to death so hard it was like they were in a car crash. Back and forth, the head came off his body. He died of internal decapitation. Why is he still in jail, Charles? Yep. Somebody said, if this doesn't make them look guilty of murder, they have gone at her and gone at her and gone. If that doesn't say I'm guilty of attempted murder, I don't know what does. That was this morning. Okay, there's all this. When you contact me, we get more. When you contact me, we get more. When you contact me, we get more. When you take from me, we get more. This was my car. We tell the day before. He's called Flying J. He's called the manager, Brandon, at Flying J and said she's coming up to take a shower. You know how we know that? We got peeping cameras in our car. How else would you know that? She's coming up today. We're going to go ahead and let her make enough money to pay for the shower. We got her homeless sleeping in her car right now. So when she gets up there, we're going to have somebody come take her car away from her. And then they did. But I didn't go that day. I went the next day. But see, we got it before, not after. Before and after, same different. These are, daycare shit. This is daycare crap. It's so easy, it's not fair. 6 weeks in a strip club, not one slip up. Then another 5 weeks. 6 weeks. You fucked that up too. So you can't name one of my guys and you can't quote even one meeting. We quote you every day. He said our privacy is not to be invaded. You don't contact her again. No more drama. No more problems. Everything's a thing and everything's an ordeal. Here comes Charles. Now everything's going to get all fucked up. Everything's a thing. Everything's an ordeal. Everything's a mess. If it's fun, he makes it unfun. Drama, 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 drama. Problem after problem after problem after problem. If it's a good day, he'll ruin it. Whatever's good, he'll fuck it up. Lovely. Can't wait. So, you have leaks, we don't. We're quoting you, you're not quoting us. You're the slave. You and your doll. You're a bitch. Everybody's sick of you. So the conversation that happened today better never fucking ever happen again. You contact me, we always get more. You contact me at all, we get more. You contact me, we always get more. When you contact me, we always fucking get more. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault, dum-dum. You're the criminal. You're the offender. You're the one pissing everybody off. We're getting the information. We're getting the help. You're not. We're quoting you. You're not quoting us. We're getting the help with the information. Nobody will help you. Nobody wants to help you. Everybody's sick of you and wants you to be gone. Act like you understand what I just said.
Here anymore because you stalked me. That's why
I don't. Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
and leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, Theo. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I
don't. Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
and leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, Theo. Please,
what
God bless
happened?
you, but
What
please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I
don't. Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
and leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again.
What
I don't ever
happens?
want to hear your voice, Theo. Please,
what
God
happened?
bless you, but
What
please leave me
happened?
alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I
don't. Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
and leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again.
What
I don't ever
happens?
want to hear your voice, Theo. Please,
what
God
happened?
bless you, but
What
please leave me
happened?
alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I
don't. Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes. That's okay. I don't care.
Leave
You
me
can tell
alone.
all you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless one...
Alright, so Mr. Perry just types in my other phone, is it Adam? Okay, stupid. There's no hints. Nobody wants to help you. We want for you to be gone. There's no hints. When you contact me, we get more. It's your fault. There's no hints. Everybody is sick of you and wants you to be gone. Listen to what I'm saying and act like you understand and respond appropriately, stupid. We're all sick of you. Get out. Get the fuck out. Stay away from me. Do not contact me again. Stay away from me. There's no hints, dum-dum. We're sick of you. We want for you to be gone. You, your problems, your drama, your loss, your suffering, your sicko problem, gone. There's no hints. Now fuck off.
Giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool, it's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public, it doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave
You
me
can
alone.
all you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior, and you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public, it doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave
You can
me
all
alone.
you want.
I don't.
When you contact me at all, we always get more. When you contact me, I fucking hate it. It's creepy. You're a weirdo. And we always get more. You need to remember who it is you're threatening, Mr. Perry. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, we get more. The more we get, the easier it will be to get a conviction. Fuck off. You're a slave to your weirdo problem. How embarrassing. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave everybody and everything the fuck alone. Get a life, you boring fuck. Get away from me. Stop contacting me. Stop it. Get out of my life. Get the fuck out. He's gonna do it for you, and just like you don't like us getting what you just said, you won't like that either. You made a choice. You live with it.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave. This make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures? You want,
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Monkey, hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't
get
give a
it
fuck.
good.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can
find
bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army.
You're gonna
I don't give
find
a
out.
This make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make
Oh,
you
is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures? You want,
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Monkey, hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're gonna
I don't
get
give a
it
fuck.
good.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can
find
bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army.
There's no hints, dummy. $25 million plus bought us intel. You pay for it when you contact me. There's no hints. Charles, there's no hints. He thought this was... Is it your family? He's typing in my other phone. Oh my god. What did I just say? I just said it. I'm not told who your leaks are, and I don't care. You have leaks, we don't. Everybody likes us, they don't like you. Okay? Get the fuck out of my life. Get out of it.
This make you feel? I don't stalking me. Please leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave
you were
me
12 years
alone.
old?
Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture.
It's not up to you when we quote you, is it? Name one guy, quote one of their meetings. Who got me the Fabian puzzle? You don't have a Fabian puzzle. You don't even have a Fabian. You're pathetic, you're weak, you're impotent, and you're a slave to a weirdo problem. It's embarrassing. You're rejected, you're alone, and you're told on. And that's the best you will ever do because it's the best you've ever done. I don't like you. I don't want you. You're not loved. You're alone with a doll. You're pathetic. When you contact me, we always get more, and that's your fault. If I don't have money, we always get more. It's your fault. You cause a loss for me or a problem for me, we always get more. It's your fault. The more we get, the easier it will be to get a conviction, don't you think? Against all of you. You're stupid and you're delusional. You don't have a choice. He said her privacy is not to be invaded anymore. Don't contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly, because they don't like you and they asked you to stop that. Stop being a pest and a rapist and a murderer. You're a serial killer, aren't you? Who's Mary Beth? Mary Beth sometimes goes by Beth, dumped at a lake just outside Billings, and you put yourself at the crime scene. You got Huntington's disease. You got a guy working for you named Calvin who's bald and fat, and Sonjay who's your hacker, and Geppetto your witch. How do we know that? When you contact me, we always get more. You invade my privacy, they invade yours. It's not up to you. They will do it for you. They already are. All that money you spent for your cover-up bought us intel. You chase the lie, we get the truth. Do you like that? You must. You keep doing it. You have to like that. You don't do the same thing for 10 years if you don't like the results you're getting. You're pathetic. You're a slave to a weirdo problem you can't control. We've always controlled the flow of information. Always. It's not up to you. Now, get the fuck out of my life. I said no. No means no. You get anywhere near me, your balls are in your brain. Like that. You know how fast we quote you? Snap of a finger. Sometimes y'all aren't even, ink's not dry, you're not even done with the conversation. That fast. We got a surprise for you. The surprise is how fast I can put your balls in your brain. You need to leave everybody the fuck alone. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. You don't have a legitimate reason to be here. Nobody invited you here. You're bothering everybody. Everybody's sick of you. Sick and tired of you. Just the same way they are this Neil guy. He's just... You're no different. Everybody hates you. We're getting the help, not you. We're quoting you, you're not quoting us. Remember who it is you're talking to when you start threatening.
Is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone. Don't stalking me. Please, I can't live here.
See this guy? That's Charles Perry. But the more he does it to me, the more his whole organization gets caught. We got code words, Muffin Man, nickname guy, Hansel and Gretel, lure the victim to the place where you can do some sort of harm. Use the DoorDash order thing app. Illegally access an electronic device to coax them over to this place so we can have Broken Arrow pull her over. Then get Broken Arrow to go, oh, they never told us to do that. Yep, that's not what she said. She said they were talking about it. They were talking about it. Poking, peeping, pink panty, pathetic Perry was talking about it. Your guys call you that. I'm quoting your people. Even your own people make fun of you. You're a slave to a weirdo problem. It's embarrassing. Leave everybody the fuck alone. Get off your ass and go work. Get off your fucking ass and go fucking work, you lazy fuck pervert. And leave everybody in Oklahoma the fuck alone.
More because you stalked me. That's why leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you